Hi all. In the previous video we have seen an operational amplifier which is being used as a differential amplifier in a closed loop system. So in that case we were using only a single operational amplifier, and now in this video we will be seeing another differential amplifier configuration using two operational amplifiers. Now this is the differential amplifier with two operational amplifiers. In the previous case, as I have mentioned in the last video, we have seen a differential amplifier with a single operational amplifier as shown in this figure. So here there were differences in the input impedances, and still the input impedances were not that big, and also we have derived the gain of the operational amplifier system, closed loop gain, as minus R2 by R1, and it somewhat looks like a inverting amplifier case. And in this configuration we will be having something like a non-inverting configuration for the differential amplifier. So this is essentially having a very high input impedance for both of these inputs, as well as a non-inverting kind of a gain. The start point of our analysis is the effect of Vy at this point, the output of the first operational amplifier. Okay, so you can see that this is a non-inverting operational amplifier. The Vy source is connected to the non-inverting terminal, and the inverting terminal is given with the feedback from the output. So what is our output of this individual operational amplifier, Vz? So that is given by Vz is equal to Vy times 1 plus R2 by R1. Okay, and that is the voltage at this point. And in the second case we are providing Vx to the non-inverting terminal, and R4 happens to be the feedback resistance, and it is connected to the negative or the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier, which means that there is a virtual short condition existing between this point and the non-inverting terminal, which means whatever be the voltage that you are going to feed at the non-inverting terminal, that reflects at this point also. So hence this point is at Vx. So we have Vz here, Vx here, and Vo here. And here we can imagine a current that is flowing in this direction, that is Iz, and the current that is flowing in this direction as If. And there will not be any current flowing to the operational amplifier from this junction. The sum of currents at this junction will give you a Kirchhoff's current law here. So I can write it like this. So what is Ic? Ic is given by voltage difference Vc minus Vx. Why Vx? Because this point is having a virtual short with this point, and it has a voltage of Vx. So this voltage is also Vx. So I will be writing like this: Vc minus Vx divided by R3. So that defines my Ic, and that is equal to Vx minus Vo divided by R4. So that defines my If. Now we have to expand these things. So after cross multiplication, it is like Vz R4 minus Vx R4 equal to Vx R3 minus Vo R4. We have to have this Vo on one side, so I'll be taking Vo to the other side. So that will be equal to Vo R4 equal to Vx R3 plus Vx R4 minus Vz. So we'll be taking out Vx. Vo R4 equal to Vx times R3 plus R4 minus Vz R4. Now we have to substitute the value of Vz from this equation into this. So that is Vy times 1 plus R2 by R1. That is going to be VOR4 equal to Vx R3 plus R4 minus Vy times 1 plus R2 by R1. Vy times 1 plus R2 by R1 times R4. VO is equal to Vx R3 plus R4 over R4 minus Vy 1 plus R2 by R1. So essentially it can be written like this: Vx 1 plus R3 by R4, Vx is 1 plus R3 by R4 minus Vy into 1 plus R2 by R1. Here we can do a simple simplification. We can make this R3 equal to R2 and make this R4 equal to R1. So if you are keeping your R3 equal to R2 and R4 equal to R1, so if you can do this, then your equation becomes VO is equal to Vx 1 plus R2 by R1 minus Vy 1 plus R2 by R1. So that is your VO equal to Vx minus Vy times 1 plus R2 by R1. So this gives us an equation for the gain, the closed loop voltage gain, like this is equal to output voltage divided by the difference between Vx and Vy will give you 1 plus R2 by R1. Okay. So this is our equation for voltage gain in the case of 2 op amps, and you can see that this is 1 plus R2 by R1, which of course is the condition for a non-inverting amplifier, the gain of a non-inverting amplifier. So previously we had a differential amplifier configuration with one operational amplifier where it was looking like an inverting configuration because the gain was minus R2 by R1. Here it is 1 plus R2 by R1, which looks like a non-inverting configuration, and this is voltage gain in the case of 2 operational amplifier. So the advantage in this case is that both Vx and Vy are subjected to the direct input of the operational amplifier. There are no branches that leads to ground or something. It is directly applied to the operational amplifier's input, and these op amps are effectively connected in a non-inverting configuration. Both operational amplifiers are effectively in a non-inverting configuration, and hence there will be say a very high input impedance for both of these. So your input impedance will be much higher. So very high input impedance. Previously we had an input impedance which differs, which changes. We said Rx is given by R3 plus R4 and Ry, the resistance of felt by this voltage source, is R1. So there is a difference between the input impedance, but here there is no difference in input impedance. Both are having the same input impedance. So that is the advantage of using differential amplifier with 2 operational amplifiers. Okay. So with this we stop at this differential amplifier configuration. We will see the later sections in another video. Thank you all.